You know, why should Mark Zuckerberg or Nick Clegg, you know, the failed British politician who now basically runs the global public square, which is, you know, talk about failing upwards, why should those kinds of people get to decide who we're allowed to hate and who we're allowed to say really horrible things about? And that's essentially what they're doing in this instance. What they're saying is that you can't say horrible things about trans people. You can't say horrible things about the President of the United States. There are certain words you cannot say and certain views you cannot express. But when it comes to Russia, when it comes to Putin, when it comes to Russian soldiers, if you're in certain countries, you can say almost anything you want. And as you say, they've backtracked a little bit. So they've now made it clear. Nick Clegg had to make it clear that they are not allowing you to wish death upon ordinary Russian people. I mean, that's how far they went. They had to clarify that they're not allowing you to express a kind of horrible, hateful, violent views against ordinary Russian people. But still, what they're essentially saying is we will tell you who you're allowed to hate, and we will tell you who you're not allowed to hate. And I find that really creepy and Orwellian.
Brendan, doesn't this make all of these big tech companies' decision about Donald Trump look even more ridiculous and more political? Because at the end of the day, whatever you think about Trump, he was suspended from all of these platforms because he told a group of protesters that he loved them.
It's absolutely insane. You know, Trump was banned permanently, so far as we know, from Facebook and Instagram, the two big accounts owned by Meta. He was banned for saying, "I love you" to this bunch of idiots, basically, who gathered at the Capitol building in January last year. But now what this same company is saying is that you are allowed to wish death, you are allowed to incite violence against Russian military forces, against certain political forces that are associated with Putin's war in the Ukraine. So the extraordinary double standard and the extraordinary power that Silicon Valley presumes that it has to tell us who you're allowed to hate and who you're not allowed to hate, that's the real problem here. And of course, we now have a situation where if you're Donald Trump, the democratically elected president of the United States, which is what he was at the time he was banned, or if you're a feminist who doesn't think that a man can become a woman, or if you're a feminist who uses the word he to refer to someone who has a penis and who is male, you could be banned permanently from Facebook or Instagram. But if you're someone who says, well, I wish Russian soldiers would die, I hate Russia, I think it's a disgusting country, death on Russians, then you're allowed to say it. And I'm a free speech fundamentalist. I think you should be allowed to say pretty much anything. But it's that extraordinary double standard, that authoritarian double standard that we should be worried about.
It's unbelievable.